Oh boy, I did not expect to be making this video. Hi everyone, this is Charlie's Hotel, and I think Charlie is a victim of poor writing and is misunderstood. Now, ever since the season 2 finale came out, I've seen so many people hate on Charlie without taking into account her point of view and the poor writing. If you hate Charlie, please don't attack anyone or me in the comments. I also will be lightly touching on mental health, so please be careful when watching. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, Charlie's inviting the V's and engaging with Vox was a bad move on her part. There's no doubt about that. However, there is a reason for this. It's character assassination and her mental health. The character assassination is absolutely painful to watch, as it ruins her character development from season 1. Side note, another sign of poor writing is her powers being shafted. She's the princess of hell and is half angel, half demon. She's far more powerful than the majority of the cast. Let her get pissed and beat the villains' asses, please. Anyways, her mental health also plays a part. I have a theory that Charlie has depression and anxiety. Now, before I get any comments saying she doesn't have depression, hear me out. As someone with depression and anxiety, I can tell you that depression and anxiety aren't always obvious, and it can also depend on the person. For Lucifer, it was obvious that he had depression, but for Charlie, it comes out differently and in a much more uglier fashion. Now, I'm not a licensed therapist, but you can't tell me Charlie doesn't have these mental illnesses. The signs have always been there, especially when she apologizes to Vaggie, which I will get into later. Charlie has been under immense pressure, and she doesn't cope well at all. Here's what I think was going through her head when she was dealing with the situation with Vox. Because I'm worthless and cause nothing but problems, I have to gain control of the situation or everyone I love will suffer. Is it an illogical thought process? Yes. But that's the thing about mental illness. It doesn't operate on logic. It's an insidious, raw monster that eats away at you. Is it an excuse? No. Charlie fucked up and made the situation worse. And she ended up hurting everyone, including Lucifer. Which leads me to my next point. I've seen people claim that Charlie hates Lucifer while loving Lilith, who up and left. Here's the thing, Charlie's relationship with Lucifer is more complicated than that. In the song More Than Anything back in season 1, Charlie says, "When I was young, I didn't really know you at all." This shows that Lucifer was distant during her growing up. Yes, during the flashback they were having a nice moment, but that was Charlie's earliest childhood memory of him. From Charlie's perspective, Lucifer kept his distance and wasn't a huge part of her life, but Lilith was. Now, we don't know why Lilith left or why she's ignoring Charlie and Lucifer, but it doesn't erase the fact that Charlie was much closer with her mother than her father. Even though Charlie and Lucifer have gotten closer in the show, it doesn't heal the resentment and feelings of being unloved Charlie's dealt with. Lucifer loves Charlie, but that's not how Charlie perceived his distance. Imagine being a kid who adores your parents, only for one to barely be around by choice. How would that make you feel? Now imagine the parent you were close with suddenly disappeared from your life without any explanation. How would that make you feel? This is why Charlie lashes out at Lucifer when he confronts Vox, why she clings so tightly to Lilith. Is it right for her to lash out at her father? No, but it's understandable, as it's no longer about Vox. It's about Lucifer and Vaggie unintentionally touching on a childhood wound she has. This is especially shown through Charlie blaming herself for Lilith disappearing when she was apologizing to Vaggie. It is not Charlie's fault Lilith left, but Charlie's self-worth is so low that she thinks it is her fault. It's incredibly sad and is an overlooked part of her character. Now, let's talk about Vaggie. I've seen people claim that her relationship with Vaggie is toxic. Well, I disagree. While yes, it is true, the writing isn't the best in regards to their relationship, but that doesn't mean it's a toxic relationship. Those who claim it's toxic because they fight occasionally or claim that it's one-sided do not know what a healthy relationship looks like. Healthy relationships aren't perfect, but when there's love, trust, compromise, good communication, and understanding, then it's basically a healthy relationship. For Shaggy, their relationship has all these qualities. True, they still have a lot to work on, both on themselves and on their relationship, but that doesn't mean it's toxic. When they fight, it remains unresolved until one clears their head and shows remorse and forgiveness. In season 1, when Charlie finds out Vaggie is an angel, Charlie is angry not because of the secret itself, but because she was hurt by the idea that Vaggie didn't trust her. When she talks to Rosie, she verbalizes her hurt and is finally able to forgive Vaggie. For Vaggie, her love language are acts of service, and Rosie told Charlie that actions speak louder than words. By giving Vaggie the shrunken head, Charlie is communicating forgiveness in Vaggie's love language. This occurs again in season 2 when Charlie apologizes to Vaggie. Yes, she doesn't directly say, "I'm sorry," but Charlie is once again taking Rosie's advice. She builds a pillow fort to create a safe space for Vaggie. She validates and listens to Vaggie. She doesn't take the out Vaggie gives her and fully admits her faults. She's honest with Vaggie, and this honesty and her actions are what get Vaggie to forgive Charlie. This shows that they understand each other and their love is healthy even during their rough patches. Is Charlie a toxic person? No. Is she a victim of poor writing? Yes, though I may go more in depth in another video. I can see why people wouldn't like Charlie because of this. However, if you see past the poor writing, you would see the Charlie I see. If you still hate Charlie, I understand, but I hope you at least consider her in another light. Thank you for watching, and please, have a good day.